Morning, everyone. So we're going to talk about a few policies this week, the next 2 days. The first one here is a recommended draft, and that's going to be discussed on Friday. And this is around improving V6 registration requirements. We'll discuss it in detail, of course, on Friday, but essentially what it's talking about is the current policy has SWIP requirements around any V6 block of a /64 or larger. This adjusts that requirement slightly to a /47 or larger, or blocks that may be announced specifically to the internet, and smaller blocks all the way up to a 64 upon request, to a service provider. We have 4 draft policies that we'll be discussing today. One of them is an annual WHOIS POC validation. Currently, the POCs are validated by ARIN staff on an anniversary date where they basically go out and they try and validate all the POCs out there. This proposal suggests that is modified slightly as to when they're validated, and it also deals with some procedures around when the POCs are not able to be validated. In some cases, ARIN staff will actually disable the ARIN online account until those contacts can be validated. 2017-4, which removes reciprocity requirements for inter-RIR transfers, suggests that under the current system, ARIN allows inter-RIR transfers to other regions where they have reciprocal transfer policies in place. This proposal suggests that in certain cases for the smaller RIRs, that bidirectional agreement does not need to exist. For those who would want to take the other side of that conversation, the 2017-6 actually suggests that should remain in place, and it should go even further because there are some who have concerns that even in the bidirectional regions, there are cases where that region could then transfer it to another, and there were concerns about people skirting the system. The last one, the 2017-8, amends the definition of community networks. For a long time within the policy manual, there's been different categories that define exceptions, whether it's, there's ISPs and end users, community networks. Community networks is just an attempt to better define who would qualify as a community network for making their resource requests to ARIN. One thing to note about 2017-4 and 6 is both deal with these inter-RIR transfers. One allows them to occur in a one-way fashion under certain circumstances, and the other disallows those. But one thing to note is during the discussions, ARIN staff could implement one or the other, but they can't implement both. So the AC has to take that into consideration. Of course, the goal of the discussion is to get the feedback from this room, so please everybody come up to the mic, provide your input for the AC to consider. The one recommended draft that's being discussed on Friday can actually move to last call after this meeting, but all the other drafts will have to actually come back to another meeting as recommended for the AC to move them forward. And if people would like, we can, you can find an AC member, and you can always arrange policy breakout rooms if discussions are desired, like during the breaks or after the session closes. You can track down myself or any of the AC members if you'd like to discuss these proposals. And that's it.
Any questions for Dan on the on-docket proposal report? No? Thank you, Dan.
Thanks.